Good morning, folks. This is Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today we're doing a cattle move up a water lane, and we're going into there's about 4 acres over here. Hasn't been grazed for 60 days, and it's really a beautiful, beautiful stockpile of grass. Some of them are stopping by here and getting them a drink before they go for their morning graze. The paddock we took them out of, I'm going to show you what we left down there in a little bit. It's pretty good forage. We left a lot down there, but you know, we are in what we call fall stockpile period. And if you take your pastures down too short right now, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot of winter feed. So don't chew them down too short. You know, you gotta leave some residual out there. I mean, this is August 21st, I believe it is. I may be off on that a little bit. But we've got just a ton of feed here, and that calf touched by predator. The reason I've got that hot wire on there is if you don't put that on there in the summertime especially, you'll find a cow in there, and I don't know, maybe 1 out of 300, but one will climb in there on a hot day, and she'll break that float off. Well, now you've got a huge water leak. And this pond, this is being fed by a pond. I've got a pipe buried in the ground coming in the bottom of that tank. And you don't want that. You don't want them in the tank. They just booger it up. They're still coming. The boys, they've got an issue over there, and that's because those cows, that's just the way cows go, as they say. They see their buddies, but they don't know to keep following. There's going to be 8 or 10. They already see their buddies over there eating on this side of the fence, and so they're going to walk that way. And they could sure use a reel. But I think they're going to get them. You see, you still got some going this way, over there. But you got some wanting to go back the other way, too. And I'm going to help the boys out. I'm going to go and show you what we left. And on the way over there, I'm going to grab a reel. That'll sure help them. Ben's over there just trying to stop the movement. What'll happen is they'll go clear to the far end of that paddock. And then you got a real cattle drive to get them back. Man. There is some grass in here. My goodness. There's just a little bit of everything in here. Looks like I'm walking through a forest. My goodness. Cattle are really going to do well in here today, along with that bull. Hey, lots of seed heads. Like to see those black seeds. That means we're going to have clover next year. Here you go.
Thank you.
You bet. So what Ben and Isaac are going to do, they're going to string a wire out. And you got one knot head there behind you.
Yeah, she didn't want to cooperate.
Might as well get them all when you go. It's a beautiful thing, folks. Poly braid. She's feeling her grass this morning. Man, man. What a beautiful morning. It's like 50 degrees out here. Here's some of our chestnut trees. We planted. I about forgot those were here. Cattle didn't bother them. Probably because they had so much forage out here. So see, they got the wire behind them now. Baby calves and all. And they're just gonna push everything up to that gate. Once they get going, they just go. It's funny, we came in this paddock this morning. We wondered there was a whole herd of bulls up by the gate, and I don't know, there's probably 12 bulls. There was a cow in the middle of them. She was in heat. So if we have a cow that comes open, it's certainly not the bull's fault, because we have plenty of bull power. This is what we left. So the cows were in here just overnight. We gave them half of this bottom. There's 12 acres in here, and we gave them 6 of it last night. There's 375, 76, something like that head in here. You got a herd like that. You folks saw what they did to that cocklebur field. They did the same thing to this field, only they just took the forage down. There's a giant ragweed. They ate most of that. There's some of that barnyard grass. They nailed that. A real thick stand of clover right here. They really went after that. But I like the grays that I got here. I've got some plants left standing. There's what the remnants left of a milkweed plant. They left 2 leaves on it. Giant ragweed. They left a couple leaves there. But pretty much stripped all the weeds. This is these are all giant ragweed. I mean, it looks like you took pruning shears to that and just absolutely worked all these over. So this is say August 20th, and we're not going to be back here for around 60 days, and we are going to get some pretty nice cool nights, and we're going to have some cooler weather. Hopefully we have a few rains interspersed in there, and we can grow a lot of grass between now and October 10th. October 10th is our first killing frost. That's the average. But the thing about increasing your stocking density, folks, is when you put animals in here, they do eat stuff they normally wouldn't eat. And here's a little patch of cocklebur. It means nothing to get excited about. There's, 10 plants there, but they didn't fare so well. The cattle worked that cocklebur grove over right there. They wouldn't have done that if you didn't have them in here tight. They wouldn't even have touched those burrs. But when you put animals in fairly tight, and it's a competition thing. And the competition goes like this. If I don't eat it, Henrietta over there, she is going to eat it. So the boys had a little excitement in here last night. They went to roll the wire up, and Ben parked the four-wheeler unknowingly right over a ground bee nest. And one of the ground bees came out and nailed him in the back of the neck. And he took off running. trying to get away, and I think it got him in the forehead again. So he got stung twice, once in the forehead and once in the back of the neck. And so Isaac, trying to rescue his buddy, he took off, and he was going to try and get the four-wheeler off the nest, and there was one came after him and got him in the forehead. But he just kept running, and he finally got on the four-wheeler and got it off the ground bee nest and never got stung again. But between the two of them, they got stung 3 times. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever been stung by a ground bee, but it's like somebody taking an ice pick and driving it in your forehead. I mean, it hurts. I've had, I think my record is probably five stings in the head. They usually get you in the head. They're coming after your ears, neck, head, top of your head. And they're fast. You can run, but it's darn hard to outrun them. And they're so aggressive. They'll follow you for sometimes 100 yards or more, just trying to sting you the whole time. They don't appreciate you messing around with their nest. So they didn't realize what they had parked on top of. And this time of year in the fall, they've got these nests down in the ground, and you just don't know it, until it's too late. So, yeah. But these animals are doing well. They're liking these cool mornings. We've got huge flock of cowbirds hanging around these cattle. I think there's close to 1,000 birds now. Last night we went to move the cows, and this mob of birds flew up. And notice every single cow had white spots on their backs, and it's just little white doblets, and it's the poop from the cowbirds. You have 500, 600, 700 birds flying over the top of your cows all day. You're going to have some of that. So, yeah, but I like the birds out here, folks. They're eating a lot of insects. It's exactly what happened in nature for thousands of years, and I think you need to be able to duplicate that. And if you can, you're good to go. Your farm's stronger. It's just stronger. The more species you can have on your farm, it's stronger. Oh wow, check this out, guys. Look at this. We're not even close to a pond. Well, look at that little guy. Man, he can jump. What kind of frog is that? Cool. Where'd you go, buddy? Man. I wish Ben was here. He's a frog and snake nut. I've never seen a frog go through grass that easy. I mean, this grass is tone, he's just flying through it. Where did you go? I've never seen a frog like that. He's in here eating those insects. Hey Ben, come here. There's a, oh darn it, I'm not gonna be able to find him now. There's a frog going through this grass.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he was gliding through it. I've never seen anything like it.
Like he wasn't having any trouble?
He was just, I mean, it's all I could do to keep up with him.
But how big was it?
Yeah, just, it looked like a tree, it wasn't a tree frog. And it wasn't your normal old pond frog. It was a, gosh darn it, I wish we could see him again. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The only way I could keep track of him, I could see, there he is, look at that.
Yeah, I think it's a wood, I don't know what it is. I don't want to grab him because it probably is not good for him. Kind of looks like a wood frog, like a really small wood frog, but it's not really.
A wood frog?
Like,
look how easy he's going through the grass. You reckon he's just going after amphibs and things in there?
yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
Cruising.
cool.
You show them that spider?
Oh yeah, we got spiders.
Oh, there's two of them. One's a big one right there.
Yeah, check that out. Where's the other one
Right
at?
over there.
Oh shoot, this is Granddaddy over here. This must be, that was his son, and here's Papa. Look at that dude. Holy moly. Is that the one, Ben, if you touch his web,
this one probably be able to do easier because it's facing this way. Let's see.
let's see what the web does when you... No, he's not going to do it.
No, he's not going to do it.
The other day, Ben touched a web,
No.
and...
That's big, though. It's a big spider.
It's crazy how those webs can
It's
hold
sort of
them up
doing
like
it.
that.
yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
Vibrating it back and forth.
They vibrate the web back and forth. What is the purpose of
I
that?
think it's just for predator, like just for protection. Sort of
Okay.
confuses them a little bit,
Yeah.
but
Man, that's a beautiful spider.
it's a big one.
It's crazy how they can maneuver that web like that.
Yeah.
You can see the water beads on the web. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but it's like a bunch of little beads lined up in a row.
Yeah.
Like right there, it's like all...
Yeah, I can see it on this video. I think it'll show up on the video.
from the dew.
Looks like a circus trapeze. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, and my goodness, we got a fat cow there. Honey, you are fat. Again, we're using the term fat in a good sense. It's not derogatory. It's just a good, healthy cow. This has been a fantastic Korean Lespedeza year. Look at that. That is just a canopy down in there, and it's really, really good forage. It's non-bloating. Cows love it, and it kicks when it gets warm here in Missouri. But it does need some moisture, and we've had some good moisture, so we've got some really good Lespedeza this year. Tickled to have it. It grows naturally out here in the seed bank. We don't have to plant it, and it's here every year, just depending on what did I do? There we go. Y'all got to see my ugly mug there for a little bit. My beautiful shirt. Anyway, there's a lot of plants in here. We're excited to see what the cattle do to all this giant ragweed. It's going to look a lot different tonight. And with that, I'm going to sign off, and thanks to all you new subscribers for checking in. And yeah, that Creator on the Rise thing that the YouTube did for us, that was awesome. We picked up 4,500 new subscribers in one day. So that was big. That was kind of a nice surprise. Didn't even know YouTube was going to do that. There is going to be, I'm going to be doing a podcast with a fellow. I think it's Dr. Sean Baker, I believe it is. I may have the name wrong. I'll give you all an update on that. But it will be available on the website. He's going to interview me for an hour, so that'll be available. Y'all can check that out. Look at this. My goodness. That's just one. Ben, did you see this? What in the world? Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's a big spider web.
Is that, I mean, what kind of spider does
I
that?
don't know. Like, that's a question for my brother.
I mean, look at that. It's just it almost looks like one of those big spider webs you see in a tree.
Yeah, there's a big dude right there.
Yeah.
People with
People with arachnophobia.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
Don't watch this video.
Yeah. What in the world is that? That's a cute little viney flower. It's got a pretty blossom. I'm not sure what that one is. Oh, it's got beans on it.
Yeah.
Look at this. Looks like green beans.
Wild green bean.
Wild green beans. I bet you the cows find that green bean.
It looks like a kind of like a bean
flower,
leaf.
kind of.
Yeah, it does. I bet you
Yeah,
could.
there's little beans growing.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cool. There's beans all over this thing. Look at that.
Oh man, I wonder what they taste like.
I don't know. You ought to take one and eat it. Huh?
It looks just like a green bean.
Don't eat it.
Yeah.
It might be poisonous. Folks, you talk about diversity. Look at that. Milkweed, multifer rosebush, some kind of bean, big old spider there,
Another plant right here. Or maybe it's the same one.
barnyard grass. There's a clump of poison ivy, giant foxtail, giant ragweed,
What is this stuff?
love grass.
Oh, okay.
That's the love grass. Yep. Something's already nailed this sucker. Took the top out of that. They'll get all that before tonight. But I think that's what's kind of cool is having all this diversity out here. That's why our cattle look the way they do. They're just unbelievably fat, slick, healthy looking animals. And that's because they get a smorgasbord twice a day. If you'll do that with your animals, folks, you just can't go wrong. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you all. And on the way out, hit that subscribe button to new viewers and the like. And appreciate it. And see y'all down the road.